Welcome back to the final reveal video for this massive 50 by 65 recreational pond. What an adventure it has been, from non-stop rain delays to hot and sweaty weather. We persevered and pushed through, working late and wrapping up the job the last day with our final push before Aquascape owner Greg Whitstock, the pond guy, came down to vlog some of our projects, this one included, so check his channel out in the coming months. Our clients, who are always fantastic, had a dream years ago when she first discovered the concept of recreational swim ponds. She had looked for years for someone to encapsulate her dream. She grew up spending a lot of time at her grandparents' cottage, which was the inspiration for this project, with many fond memories of time spent by the lake, on the dock, playing on the beach, and in the water. She wanted to replicate the time spent there for her kids. Seeing the picture they had of the cottage property, and I think we did a fantastic job of replicating that. They've told me many times we've brought what they've always dreamed of into a reality. After we had our pond dug, we strategically started rolling our liner down the beach area, which has a little bit of a slope on it. It got us a good start until we got to the bottom of the pond, where again, we were able to move it around with a machine. After that, it was just a matter of manhandling it until we can get it into place, reduce the amount of folds, and set it all up. Once the liner is installed, it is always a great point in the project, as you never know what you're going to hit when digging a hole of this size and getting the liner in, especially on a pond this large. This was no easy task. So with digging and liner out of the way, we were able to start with the more creative part of the pond building, rocking in the pond. We brought in close to 600,000 pounds of rock on this project, and as you can see, we are using up these rocks very quickly. Some of the rocks we are setting are as tall as 5 feet and as wide as 3 feet, leading to the largest and my favorite rock on the project, a 7-foot long by 2-foot tall rock that we set on the peninsula of the pond here. On almost every single one of our projects, we like to add wood elements, and this project was no different, as we brought in some massive logs. This not only mixes up some of our edge work, but also different types of surfaces for beneficial bacteria to grow on, creating a healthier ecosystem. This leads us to our constructed wetland filter. With this massive pond, it only makes sense to install a massive constructed wetland filter. This wetland filter ended up being a 25-foot by 50-foot by 5.5-foot deep wetland filter. We dug 2 trenches down the length of our wetland to install something we call centipedes. This allows for larger sediments to settle out into the bottom of our wetland. Our snorkels are the upright pipes you see located at the end of our centipedes. These allow for an easy way to clean out our filter when needs be. On top of our centipedes, we come in with a layer of aqua blocks. This makes the water slow way down and spreads it out evenly through the filter, so you maximize the filter use, so that the water works its way through the series of different sized pebble we installed on top of the aqua blocks. Beneficial bacteria and many different types of enzymes are able to colonize on the surface area of our pebble. This constructed wetland filter is what keeps our water crystal clear. Of course, we have to make this thing look beautiful as well. So we finished off around the edges and the top of the wetland filter with some more boulder work, and we dropped in this epic tree that had just fallen in the woods behind the property. My favorite wood element on the project. It looks so natural, dipping in and out of the water across the length of the wetland. We then added close to 100 plantings inside the wetland to further aid in naturalization and filtration of the pond. Moving to our stream and waterfall area, my favorite part of each project, and what an awesome space, complete with about 3 foot of elevation change and about 25-foot length. There are multiple different cascades capitalizing on views from the dock, from the beach, and almost anywhere in the backyard, but most importantly from inside the home. There is a perfect view right as you walk into the front door of the house, pulling your eye immediately to the series of waterfalls. It is quite the welcome. Huge glass doors along the back of the house open up, and the sound of the waterfalls permeates the whole house with the sound of falling water. We also created a dipping area close to the top of the stream that's about 16 inches deep for the younger kids to play in. It's a great spot for floating boats around and splashing in the waterfalls. 2 additional pieces we ended up adding onto the pond were our larger beach area and the dock. We had talked about the dock in the initial design phase, and it was planned for future installation, but as we were building the pond, they didn't want to wait any longer and decided to go all in. And it paid off. What an awesome destination area, and it doubles as a diving area. Imagine sitting there with your cocktail after a long day of work, or a cup of coffee to start your day. The large rock you see just to the far side of the dock is a jumping off point or another seating spot, or really whatever you want to use it for. We also ended up adding to the beach area. We just about doubled the outside size from what the original plan was, and I'm glad we did. I just know that my kids would love this spot on the pond. It's like the biggest sandbox you can imagine as a kid. I also love the boulders that we have dropped in this beach area. It adds just a bit of more interest to the beach while also adding some structure. Most people could never imagine something like this in a backyard, especially if you're driving up this rural road. You never know that something like this is back here. With so many different aspects of this pond, there's a never-ending number of places and things to explore. With the changing of the seasons, there's always something different to look for. From spring blooms, dragonflies, frogs, summer activities, fall colors, ice formations, and if you're lucky, maybe even some ice skating during the winter. No matter what time of year, there's always the tranquil sight of water just outside your back door. This pond is truly their own personal lake. The best part about this is that this is just the beginning. This pond is just going to get better with age. Plants will grow, the ecosystem will mature, making maintenance less and less work. What a pleasure this pond was to build, and it is even better knowing how much they will enjoy it every day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to let us know what your favorite part of this project was in the comments below. If you'd like to see more awesome projects like this, be sure to subscribe and follow along, as this is just the beginning. We have so many more cool projects in the works, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.